Hi guys, welcome to my channel. And today we will talk about semester third assignments for the subject cost and management accounting. And this is for December 2022 cycle. So this is a regular cycle. So all the students who have enrolled for uh, who have enrolled in the month of July, August, on September 2021, and now in the semester third, they are getting this subject assignment in their assignments page which you can easily get by logging to your NMIMS portal and going to the left panel, under which you are having exams. In exams, you are having assignments where you will get a link of all the six subject assignments. So let's talk about this assignment. Already you are aware a lot many things. Just a quickly recap that assignments cover 30 marks out of the total 100 marks for each subject. It includes three questions: first, second, third, and third. Third is having two parts, third A and third B. Each question is of having 10 marks. Third question is of having 5 marks. Third A is 5 marks. Third B is of 5 marks. The maximum word count which is allowed is 1000 words, plus minus 10% is totally acceptable. Two important aspects which you need to take care while preparing for your assignments. One is the copy case, so don't share your assignment with any of your colleagues, friends, at least till the time when the due date is not over. The due date for the assignments is 29th of November 2022. Post that, definitely you can share your assignments with anyone. That's not a harm. Second thing is the plagiarism. So the content which you are referring to, whether it's internet or maybe from books or maybe from any other source, try to reframe the sentences in your own words. Do not directly copy case, otherwise all your efforts will go in vain if you get a plagiarism. So these two are the important concepts. If I talk about the subject, this is more or less you can say numerical based approach type questions here we are having. Like in the first time, if I talk about, we were having finance, like FAA finance, accounting and analysis. In second sem we were having decision tree. In third sem there are so many subjects having the numerical questions. So cost management and accounting is one of them. It's you can say it's a little bit theoretical as well as a numerical based. One important thing which you need to keep in your mind, which many students are asking me, is, sir, we are getting some numerical question, so can we just directly write the formula and just explain the answer? So don't directly go to the sum. Firstly, see what has been asked, what are the uh, key terms which are being used in that formula, and try to explain them. Because if I talk about the 10 marks question, so normally we are saying that around 1000 words is acceptable. So if in a numerical one you can go for 700 or 800 words, but if you solve any numerical, it will cover only 200, 300, or maximum up to 500 words. So always try to explain some terms. Try to give a brief introduction, then explain with an example, then write the formulas, and after that, what is being asked, maybe there's some case study which is being asked in the question, then put the values in the formula and try to derive the values, and post that just give a one or two line of conclusion that okay, the value is coming as positive or negative or whatever the value is coming. So what the final impact of this particular value. So let's start with the this particular subject assignments. So the very first question is, the data shown in the below table relates to an industrial organization that manufactures household appliances. Standard quantity required of material item, that is 91 kg. Standard price per kg is 10 rupees. Product in a month appliance is 100 kg. Actual quantity of material used is 98 kgs. Actual price paid, that is rupees 11 per kg. The following calculation for variances has been made. Material use variance is 2 kg into 11, that is 22. Material price variance, that is 100 into 1 equals to 100. Do you agree with this calculation? If not, provide a correct calculation for the variances. So it seems to be a little bit tricky one if you see so many values, but it's a very straightforward question, straightforward answer. If you see, we need to focus on these two things. First one is material uses variance, and the second one is material price variance. So let's see what's to be written and what is being asked. So firstly, we need to brief about what is material uses variance. Second is material price variance, explain its formula, and after that we come that okay, the calculation which is being asked in the question which is being mentioned is correct or not, and we can easily look out based on looking the formulas of these two values. So which page numbers to refer? Page number 207 and 206, 8.9.2 and 8.9.3. So going to the page number 207, right? Yeah. So firstly going to the page number 208. No, it's on page number 207, sorry. Material uses variance. May happen on the account of difference between the standard quantity which is being planned initially and the actual quantity which is being used. Right? Maybe you can just give an example, or maybe you can use any of the example based on your understanding. The formula which is being used is the standard price into standard quantity minus actual quantity. So if you see the formula, so what's the standard price? It's rupees 10. And what's the standard quantity? So it is being asked standard quantity minus actual quantity. So standard quantity was 91, actual quantity which is being used is 100 kgs. So deriving the difference is 9 kgs. Standard price into 10, so ideally it should be 9 into 10, 90. The value which is coming as material uses is 100, which is incorrect. So make sure that material uses is coming as 2 into 11, and they are using 2 is basically product use and minus actual quantity, which is correct. No, it's not correct. It's mentioned standard quantity minus actual quantity. So what is the standard quantity? That is 1. Actual quantity was coming as 98, right? So that's the difference. And into 11, 11 is the actual price paid. And if you see the formula, it's standard price, so standard price is 10. So this formula is incorrect, so we need to derive the actual value and put it over there. Second is material price variance. So going to the second part, material price variance. So the variance occurs due to the difference between the standard price already fixed and the actual price paid for the quantity being used. Right? Maybe you can explain it with an example using that formula. And after that, if you see the formula, actual quantity used into standard price minus actual price. So actual quantity used. So actual quantity which is being used is 98 kg. Right, here they have put it 100 kg, which is incorrect. And second is standard price minus actual price. So standard price and the actual price is 11 minus 10, which is 1. This is correct. But if you see overall formula, that is incorrect. So you need to put the correct values and solve the formula, and we can say that okay, this is the value which is being mentioned in the question, and this is the actual value which we are deriving. And based on the formula, we can say the values or the calculation which are being mentioned in the question are incorrect. So in this way you can explain your first question. Going to the second question, ABC Limited started a factory in Kolkata on 1st of April 2021. Following other details are furnished about the activity during the year ended on 31st of March 2022. The total raw material consumed is 40,000 units at the rate of 7 rupees per unit. Direct wages are skilled labor 9 per unit, unskilled labor 6 per unit. Royalty is 3 per unit. Works overhead 8 per machine or machine hours work 25,000. Office overheads at one third of the work cost, sales commission at the rate of 4 per unit, unit produced 40,000, stocks of unit at the end is of 4,000 units to be valued at cost at production per unit, sales price is to be 60 per unit, prepare a cost sheet showing the various elements of cost. Right, there is one way you can just directly prepare a cost sheet based on these formulas and close the answer. And ideally the practice which I follow and which I recommend my students is to just prepare a cost sheet, and in addition to this just give a brief about what is the cost sheet, what are the various elements of the cost sheet. Maybe it will give you a better understanding. There are two benefits. One, it will increase the overall length of your answer. That's the first point. And second thing, when you read that content you will get a lot many understanding. Okay, these are the key terms and how this way you can calculate the values. So let's see what is being shown in the values. So if you go to the page number, so the page number which are being referred is 107, 111 and 134. So going to the page number 107. So if you go to the page number 107, so it's mentioned as the cost sheet. So cost sheet or the statement of product is a comprehensive statement of cost that indicates the detailed cost and the cost per unit of the product. What are the various costs which are being involved into this? The very first one is the prime cost. Second one includes the factory cost or the work cost. Third one is the cost of production. The fourth one is the cost of the sales. The fifth one is the selling price. So these are the key terms or the key functionality, key elements of the cost sheet. So this is the way you can get an understanding. Okay, this is the cost sheet, and these are the all the elements. And if you see, which is being asked in the question, these all are being covered into this. Now going to the page number 111. So if you go to the page number 111, this is a specimen of a cost sheet. So you can prepare the cost sheet based on the question. Okay, this is the period. Periods already being mentioned, number of units mentioned, what are the direct material, opening stock, what are direct wages, factory overheads, indirect wages, rents, whichever is mentioned. You can put the values. For others, maybe you can just keep it blank, or maybe you can skip that part. If you see that okay, advertising is not there, you can just remove. It's not required. The only thing which is being required, like maybe say the factory source is there, or maybe you can say the purchases are there, or maybe the rent and rates are there, you just mention those values. You can just put the amount over there. Now going to the page number 134, one important aspect regarding the various formulas which are being provided, so you can refer to this particular example. If you mention it's a direct material cost, direct labor cost, so many things are being specified. So you can use this to just put various calculations like the factory overheads to the direct wages, how the formula is being derived, what is the calculation, administrative overheads, selling and distribution overhead, how you can calculate these values. So you can use these as a formula to derive the values for this particular question. Because if you see, there are two things which are being mentioned: what is the number of units, and the second one is the cost per unit. And if you see, the overall overhead is one third of the work cost. So you need to calculate each of the values based on the certain formulas. So maybe you can just refer each of the formula and derive the values. So second question is pretty much clear. Now going to the third question. If you see the third question, what are the implications of EOQ, which is economic order quantity, in proper inventory management? So going to the page number 34. So it's clearly mentioned it's economic order quantity, which is a technique to determine how much the quantity to hold, which is economic in terms of the cost. Right. So this will definitely be helpful for the purchase department to assess the values that which number of quantities to be purchased, so that it will not be less or it will not be so more. It should be the optimum value. So you need to explain about the EOQ. After that, there is a formula which is EOQ equals to 2 into O upon C square root, which is annual demand into order of cost upon the cost of inventory to square root. Or maybe you can say the number of orders, how you can calculate using the EOQ. So you can explain all these things with few of the formulas. It's 500 words, so you can just even if you explain one formula, that will cover almost 100, 150 or 200 words. So just explain 80%, 70 to 80% stuff of the EOQ, and just a brief about the its formulas. So this is being asked, what are the implications? You can derive the value, you can mention the implications based on understanding what is EOQ value in the inventory management. Now going to the third B question. X Limited estimated its carrying cost at 15% and the ordering cost at rupees 9 per order. The estimated annual requirement is 48,000 at a price of 4 per unit. What is the economical number of units to order? How much orders to be placed? And how often should an order be placed? So there are three things which are being asked, and all are linked to the EOQ, right? Economic order unit, economic order quantity. So firstly, explain a bit again about the EOQ. Then here the major part comes about the formulas, because there is a case study, the question being asked. So firstly, explain what is EOQ, give the formulas. So if you see the very first formula, 2AC upon C. So the values are all being provided, carrying cost is provided, order cost is provided, and the estimated quantity is being provided. So you have the A value, you have A value which is 48,000 is the annual demand. O is the cost of order, which is ordering cost is 9, And if I talk about inventory carrying cost, which is C, which is 15% of the 4 per unit. So this is the way you are having all the values. Put the values, you will get EOQ. Once you will get EOQ, the second one parts comes as the number of orders being placed. So number of order being placed equals to A divided by EOQ. So A is the annual demand. So A, annual demand is there. Annual demand is rupees 4 per unit. Sorry, annual requirement is 48,000 units, and EOQ which you are deriving from the earlier value. So this way you can calculate the orders. And lastly, how often the order should be placed. So if you go downwards, you are having the minimum level, the maximum level, you are having the minimum reorder limit, reorder period. So this way you can calculate the values of the, or you can say you are having the minimum and maximum. You need to calculate minimum, you need to calculate maximum, you will get the average, and based on that you will get the reorder level. From reorder level you can calculate the reorder period. So that is a little bit, just you need to put the values in the different formulas, and you will get the values of the the all the 3 pointers which is being asked in the question. So this is the way how you can write all the 3 questions. If you see third A is the theoretical one, besides this all are the numerical one, but don't forget to write the theory in the numerical questions as well. So this is the way how we can just explain all the 3 questions. And if you have any doubts or facing any issue, feel free to connect to me at ngasc.mba@gmail.com. And if you like this video, do like, do subscribe, and stay connected for further videos. Thank you so much.